Hello everyone, my name is Nika, and if you're already subscribed to my channel, then you've probably seen my 1-year yoga progress video where I filmed myself at the beginning of my yoga journey doing the full Ashtanga primary series practice, and then I filmed myself 1 year later after doing the practice basically for every day. And then I put it in a split screen where you could see the progress that I've made. I just wanted to share how I built up to doing the 1.5 hour Ashtanga Yoga primary series practice, because it's not an easy thing to do. And even though it's called primary series, in no way, shape, or form is it a sequence for beginners. Now, before I get into my story, I just want you to know one thing, and that is the Kaizen method, or the 1-minute method, or the Japanese way to get over laziness. And it's very simple. Whatever habit you want to develop, you just have to do that one specific thing every day for just 1 minute, okay? Just 1 minute. And this was revolutionary for me, okay? And I'll tell you why. Throughout my whole life, I've struggled with developing good habits. There were always things that I wanted to do, but I never got to do, because whenever I started doing them, I would set impossible expectations for myself, and then inevitably I would fail. Okay, so as an example, if I wanted to start working out, in my mind I had to start immediately running for 10 kilometers straight, then hitting the gym for an hour, and then doing an hour of stretching, just as an example. And then after doing that for a week, obviously I wouldn't be able to consistently do it, and that would lead me to being depressed, to negative self-talk, to overeating, to drinking, to watching movies, like I would do the exact opposite thing to what my intention was at the start. This time around, when I set the intention to doing yoga every day, I was really serious. It was the first time in my life that I was so serious about something. And maybe in later videos I will talk about why I was so dedicated to it, let's say. But once again, I set impossible expectations on myself. I said, okay, I'm just gonna do 1.5 hours every day. And for some types of people that might have worked, but for me it didn't, because it was, first of all, tough physically. But the hardest thing was the mental part. It was the part where I woke up in the morning and I knew the first thing that I had to do was 1.5 hours of very intense yoga practice. Now, I'm the type of guy that likes to enjoy life. I don't like to suffer too much. I'm just that type of person. So I would do the full practice the first day, the second day, and then on the third day, I wouldn't be able to do it. I would be staring at the yoga mat for half an hour, sometimes even 2, and then I would quit. Then maybe on the 4th day I would be able to do it, but then 2 days I wouldn't be able to do it. And it continued like this on and off for 2 months. And then I decided for myself that consistency was much more important than doing the full practice. And remembering the Kaizen method, I set an intention to do just the sun salutations, which is about just 10 minutes of practice. And I did that for a month every day. And by the way, the guy who spread Ashtanga Yoga to the West, Patabi Joyce, has said that you can make immense progress just by doing sun salutations. And I agree with him. And if you are able to do it right, and comment below if you want me to do a video on how to do sun salutations properly, then you can experience very, very big progress. Okay. So I did that for a month, and then when I felt comfortable, I decided to increase it. I increased it all the way up until the standing sequence. So I did the sun salutations and the full standing sequence, if you're acquainted with Ashtanga Yoga, which is a half an hour of practice. I did that for a month, and when I felt comfortable, I increased it to an hour, which is all the poses up until the bowl pose. And then after a month of doing that, I increased it to the full practice. And that's the way I built up to it in an enjoyable and comfortable way, okay? Instead of suffering to do the full practice every day, which was, for me at least, impossible to be consistent in, I just progressed slowly but surely. And then after I increased it to the full practice, it was very easy for me to do it every day for a year. It was like brushing my teeth, basically, and it was very enjoyable, especially after I would start doing it. I would heat myself up with the sun salutations, with the Ujjayi breathing, and then it was just flow all the way until the end. And the cool thing about Ashtanga Yoga, well, the cool thing and the bad thing, let's say, is that yes, you do have to do a sequence of the same poses each time, but this way you're able to measure your progress because you do the poses every day. You notice all the small differences in your body that, oh, I wasn't able to get my hand around my knee fully, but this time I can. Oh, I wasn't able to touch the floor, but now I'm able to touch it. And all these like very small differences with which you can measure your progress, which gives you the motivation to continue practicing on and on and on and on. So yeah, that's how I did it. I hope it helps. And remember, this doesn't only apply to yoga. You can apply this method to all other endeavors in your life. If you want to develop consistency in an enjoyable way, then for me, that's the way to go. Thank you and goodbye.